Hey everybody, it is Mary Rose Solis with March Forward, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about how you can improve your credibility, or more importantly, how you can let everybody else know what it is that you know by engaging with other people's content. That's right. So, really important. We always end up focusing a lot about our content strategy, right? Where we should be posting and then what we should be posting. But what we don't realize is that if we're an emerging thought leader or an expert in our particular discipline, you want to get out there on other people's content. That's right. You want to show people what you know, but you also want to give props to those that also know, that fit in the same discipline that you're in. So, for example, I am in branding. So one of my favorite people to follow, or businesses and brands to follow, is Ogilvy and Mather. Ogilvy and Mather is the most infamous advertising and marketing firm, and they have such amazing, brilliant ideas when it comes to what's trending, what's on the fringe, but more importantly, they also share their knowledge and expertise. I love to follow them. So what I do is whenever I see a post on LinkedIn by them, I not only like it because, yeah, that's great, but I go further. I engage with it. I will share how much that tip helped me or how much I agree with that tip. And then I add my 2 cents. That's right, because I want people to know that not only do I agree and follow Ogilvy and Mather, so that means my clients will definitely get a benefit from that, but number two is I also have thoughts of my own. I also have a specific expertise or focus that I want people to know and understand about me, about my brand. So it not only shows, one, I follow one of the most top leading brands when it comes to advertising and marketing, but I also have my own thoughts and my way of doing business. And that is very key when it comes to socially engaging. Another thing is articles. How many of you follow Harvard Business Review, Inc.com, Entrepreneur Magazine, all these great things online? So what I do is if an article interests me, I read through that article, I discern what top 3 takeaways I can get from it, I share it with other people. Hey, I read this great article, here are some of my 3 top takeaways, I encourage you all to read it. I only share articles that have some really good content and that are long. I hate those articles that are just 3 sentences or 4 sentences, and they really don't share much, and they don't really teach you anything that you don't already know. I like the real deal. I like the stuff. I love to read, gain as much knowledge, and improve my expertise, right? So it's important that when you're sharing articles, it's a tip on social media, you make sure you share links to articles that actually have some substance to it, right? That are long, not just one paragraph, because that is annoying to anyone who clicks on it, and they're just not going to think you share anything worth looking at. So anyway, going back to that, once I read that article, I share it maybe on my page, and I talk about my 3 takeaways, and then I also add my 2 cents. But people miss this opportunity to also go in within the article, sign in, yes, maybe annoying, maybe an extra step, but take that extra step to sign in and comment on that article. One, that's going to make the writer very, very happy. But 2, you just never know who's reading those comments. So I'm going to give you a great example. I read a Harvard Business Review article a few years ago, and I can now say I'm published in an Harvard Business Review magazine. Granted, it's in the editorial section, but it don't matter. I am published because my comment raised a conversation and it got people talking within the comment section. The editor reached out to me and asked if they could post my comment in the magazine. Hello, that is because I engaged further than just reading the article and sharing it. I went into the comments to talk about my perspective. I acknowledged the great information from the article, and then I added my perspective. And as a result, it cultivated a new conversation within the comment section. And yes, it got people's attention, and it most importantly got the publication's attention, which then got me published on Harvard Business Review. So again, really, really important when it comes to social engagement, go above and beyond just liking or sharing. First of all, make sure it's content of value, of substance. And then second is make sure you always first express what you took away from the article, making sure that the author gets some kind of kudos, and then you add your 2 cents, what it is that you want to give and share, that you also have a knowledge and expertise in it, or maybe just give your perspective, because that then lends to credibility. That tells people that you're not just, following like everybody else and listening and getting people's information and then just regurgitating it. No, you're digesting it, but you're also putting your experience to it. You're also sharing your philosophy, your belief system when it comes to that knowledge of expertise. All right, those are very important. So your homework today is to find an article, find a blog post, find a social media post from a high influencer within your market, your expertise, or your industry, and comment on it. I want you to like it. I want you to share it. I want you to share your takeaways, but I most importantly want you to share your value within that conversation, because that makes a world of difference. And when you're done, report back to me in the comments and let me know. Share the link so I can see what it is and so that I can also participate in the conversation, because it always helps us all when we increase our credibility online. Okay? All right, everybody, have a fantastic day. I hope this has been helpful. Feel free to share it if it has with others. Take care.